All right, so I got all the boxes in from downstairs. So I just want to give you guys a quick update. I appreciate everyone who's been watching that last video about my UNC toes, and I haven't gotten them yet, but I'm still waiting. I'm hoping that they get delivered today. Maybe it was just that they got busy and they just didn't deliver when they were supposed to, and nothing just got updated, and you know, maybe nobody took them. I'm hoping nobody took them, but we will see, and I'll update you guys and let you guys know what's going on. But I appreciate everyone who's been giving me comments and stuff and everything, so I'll keep my fingers crossed. All right, so I just got back from the gym, and of course I'm in my home gym right now, as you guys can see. Yeah, so I haven't worked out in here because I got these in here. So if you don't know what these are the Container Store drop front boxes, the bigger ones, the XLs. So today's video is going to be about which boxes are better: Container Store boxes, sneaker throwing boxes. Which boxes should you put them in? I get a lot of questions about that, about storing sneakers and things like that. So yeah, I had a long drawn out video of me going to the store, picking them up. I'll tell you guys about that, but I need to get these out of here so I can do more workouts at home, you know, so I don't have to go to the gym. But I need to use this because I have it, but at the same time, I just need to clear this stuff out. So that's what today's video is going to be about, and I appreciate you guys tuning in, so stay tuned. All right, so back in the room real quick. So I'm going to bring all the boxes up, but if you guys don't know and you haven't seen it or whatever, these down here are the sneaker throwing boxes. I'll show you a closer look at them in a little bit, and then of course, if you don't know, these are the Container Store boxes. Now, I've had these a long time, and yeah, I'll explain more about that in a second, but I'm gonna bring up all the boxes right now. And if you don't know, I'm Tori, aka T with DRIPP TV. I appreciate everyone tuning into the channel. Thank you again for tuning in. So again, listen up to some tips and stuff about this, because it's important if you want to keep your sneakers straight and stuff and everything. I know they're expensive, but I'll give you my pros and cons about both. All right, so there are a bunch of drop front containers out there, a bunch of ways of storing your shoes. A lot of people like to use shelves. A lot of people like to use the drop fronts from Container Store. Sneaker throwing, some of the ones off Amazon, Walmart, Sup Bro. I know those are some older ones and stuff and everything, but the thing is that there's so many different ways you can store your sneakers, and besides in the boxes to have quick access and stuff there. So my way is not the end all be all. However you want to do it, whatever works for you is the best thing that works, okay? There's not one set way that anybody needs to store their sneakers, but I'm just giving you my take on a few things and the way I like to do it, and the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Just take this information, maybe use it for yourself. But like I said, there's so many different ways that you can store your sneakers. You know, honestly, I do like the way people have their shoes when they're on shelves, and you can see the back of the shoe, or they turn it sideways so you can see it, and it's all open. You can just go and grab it. That's cool. But for me, that particular way doesn't work for me. So that's why I've chosen to use the containers, and I've been using Container Store containers, and plus the ones I got from Sneaker Throne for a while. But let's get into those real quick and the differences and the pros and cons. All right, so the two different ones that I have now, these are the ones from Sneaker Throne, and these are the ones from the Container Store. Now, I've had these the longest, and these are the ones that everybody's had for the longest, and yes, I had them years and years and years ago. But there is a difference, of course. You know, these face this way, so it's more elongated this way, and then this one is more horizontal. So, you know, they're about the same size when I turn this way, but of course, storing it like this way, it's gonna take up different kind of space. But the difference is that Container Store drop front, of course, you have the little tab, and again, everybody complains about this tab here and the tab breaking, and yes, they are bad, and the doors not being sturdy and not being durable. But as you can see the shoe with these on all four sides. Now, I do have the black ones in these, and I'll talk about that in a second too. Now, with the Sneaker Throne, you have the door that opens up, but you have magnets right here on the door. So these, it closes shut, and the door is a lot sturdier. But on the Sneaker Throne, yeah, you have it where these are the black ones, and I think they have black, red, and blue and clear and white, but I chose the black. But it has UV protection, so you have it basically on all the sides except for the front of the door, where it basically blocks out any sunlight, which is very important, and that's one thing that I'm going to bring up too. So I see a lot of people with their shoes and they have a bunch of sunlight always coming in. My recommendation is to have the ones that have UV protection, or something that has, you know, blocks it out. Yes, you're still going to get it through here, but when you store your shoes in a room or somewhere, you need to have it where the sunlight isn't hitting the shoes. But these are more expensive than the Container Store. So I think a 6 of these are like maybe $170 or something like that. And a 6-pack of the Container Store, these size, I think now are maybe like 40, 50 something bucks, $40 or something like that. Now, with that being said, the reason that I switched over to these is because they are the XL. So these are Container Store, same thing, Container Store, but black, and it has UV protection where you can't see it. Now I have black in these, but it's more like these. So what it is that these are the XL and these are the normal size. So the reason why I went with the normal size, I got tired of laying my sneakers down. Now you can fit more sneakers in a place or in a closet, in a room, wherever you're gonna store them. These are gonna take up less space than the XLs. But I've gotten to the point where I don't wanna lay my Jordan 1s down, I want them to stand up. I really don't want them laying on their sides anymore. I really want to get all my shoes where they're standing up and they're not laying down. Now I could have just went with these and got more and just been able to put more shoes in there, but I really wanted to get the XL because the shoes are going to be able to go in and just slide in. With the XLs, there's one thing too that you could do that you can't do with some of these right here. As you guys can see, look, I stuck a whole shoebox inside of the XL. Depending upon how big your shoebox is, an entire shoebox can fit in there. See that? And it closes up with no problem. Shoebox, an entire shoebox can fit inside these XLs. This one will fit, but certain ones won't fit. Okay? Not all will fit, but some will. But that's the one good thing about having the containers, that you can put the shoes in there like that. Now some of the threes do stand up. As you can see, I'm able to put some of my 3s and 4s, but the 1s, it's really hard to do that. So I really want my shoes to stand up, and then like some of these, they won't stand up, but that's why I want to switch it out. So I'm going to switch it out. Drop front containers, see, this is the box that they come in. So whether it be the XLs or the large, these are the XLs. They come 6 in a box. Now, the only reason why I didn't get that many this time is because when I went to the store, San Diego only had like 8 boxes in store, and I think I took 7. I left them with 1, and when I got them, I couldn't fit no more in my truck, so I was only able to take 7, and I had to take, I want to say 2 of the boxes out of 2 of the boxes. I had to take all of them out to be able to fit them inside my truck. So that's the only reason why I didn't take the 8th one, is because I would have had no room to put anything else in there and it wouldn't have fit. So I left them with that. And plus too, when I got mine, I got them on sale and they were $55 a piece instead of $79, basically $80. I'm waiting for them to go on sale again before I buy any more. So that's my tip of waiting from the Container Store. Just wait till they go on sale. Yes, I'm not gonna be able to finish out the wall. No, I'm not gonna be able to fit everything in here. But again, saving money is what I'm trying to do, and I'm not trying to be in a rush. So if it looks funny for a while and I can save money, so be it. That's the thing. But at the same time too, you know, I do want to finish it out, and you know, I don't want to go all the way to the ceiling because I don't want the room just to be sneakers. I want to be able to be in here, sitting here, watch TV, play video games, do work, kick it or whatever. I just don't want a room full of just sneakers and stuff. I want somewhere where I can sit down, relax and stuff. I can fill up the whole room, but I'm not going to. Now again, what I recommend again is UV protection. You want to make sure your shoes aren't in the sunlight. You're in a room, you don't want to have the windows open all day long. Close the windows. I majority of the time sitting here with the windows closed is dark. I make sure everything is dark where, you know, there's no sunlight coming in, because that's what's gonna help kill the shoes and harm your shoes. You know, it's cool to have things displayed, but at the same time too, it's better to preserve them and not have them out and hitting the sunlight. So that's the tip that you need to do, but you need some protection though. So that's why I like getting the black, or you can get the blue or the red, whatever color you want to do. The clear looks nice, but at the same time too, you know, it's not going to give you any protection. But again, everybody has their own preference on what they want to do, the aesthetic of how they want their room to look, or how they want their closet to look, wherever you're going to store them, or however you want to do it, or however, you know, your money can take you. And that's not a problem, but I'm just giving you my tips and tricks. Now, for me, the reason why I put my stuff in the containers is, of course, you guys know I have a dog. And with that being said, it's a lot of dust and hair and stuff. So for me, keeping my shoes on a shelf, I don't want to do that. It's gonna be just so much dust and hair and things like that. German Shepherds, if you don't know, they shed a lot, but you know, that's one of my favorite breeds. And so, you know, I do this for my dog any day. So that's one of the things. With that being said, yes, I'm gonna switch this stuff out and we're gonna just change it up, and then you can see end product. I'm gonna keep some of these, and I'm gonna eventually, like I said, switch everything out, but we're gonna take it again. And you know, I appreciate everyone. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Appreciate all the support. So let's change these out real quick, and you know, and see what it looks like. All right, everybody, so got it switched out. Yeah, they take up a lot more room, but like I said, you know, I wanted to make sure some of my ones were standing up and they're not laying down anymore. You know, that's just a personal preference for me. Yes, I can fit more in here. If I would have just went and got those again and just, you know, stacked them up more, I would have gotten more in here. But again, for me, I wanted to have my shoes standing up, and just trying to get them in there and squeeze them in there and squishing them down, I didn't want to put my shoes in there like that. You know, I want to take care of them. So I do have it switched out. So let's take a closer look. I put the ones over here. Probably going to switch out some of them. I mean, you know, Spider-Man's, but at least now they don't have to be laying down on their sides and stuff and everything. Now I can pull out some of the ones that I've been wanting to take out the box and lace up and get wearing and stuff and everything. So, you know, for me, like I said, I didn't want to keep them in these. You know, the 3s are fine. Some of the 4s are tight, but the ones, you know, it's a struggle trying to get them in these. I know some people are like, oh, they fit, but you know, it doesn't. You know, for me, I didn't want to do that. You know, especially like a shoe like this, you don't want to lay it on its side. You know, I don't want to, you know, scratch it up. I know it's supposed to be made to come off, but you know, I wanted my ones to stand up. But these do take up more room. But now, at least like with the 4s, you know, they can stand up a lot more and a lot easier, and the ones too. But you know, maybe eventually I may end up going all the way up to the ceiling, but for right now, that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I got them mixed in there together. So these are the large, these are the XL. So if you can tell, and those are the clear older ones that I had. But I'm gonna switch these out soon. Whenever Container Store has another sale, I will get more to finish out. And oh, I didn't show you the back behind here. So what I did too is just stacked up some more stuff around there. You know, that way, you know, I can take advantage of it. I can still have a little bit of room with some sneakers right there. So what I might end up doing is taking the black ones here, and once I get the other ones and putting those back there, that way I got a little extra room I can throw to. But I can use these older ones in my closet too as well. So, you know, that's gonna help, and it won't be a big deal. But for me, like I said, that's my personal preference. Again, like I said, usually I don't keep this window open, but I just got it open right now. Usually everything stays closed. So like right now, you know, if I'm in here chilling, I'll show you exactly how normally I have it. So most of the time I have that light off. So I'm in here chilling, the lights off. It's not that much sunlight. Of course, got that going. Got my desk right there. So, you know, those are the sneaker throne. Again, like I said, but normally it's not that much light in here. Everything is pretty much, you know, kind of dark. Like I said, keeps the light out. I got the light, you know, from the TV to kind of help. And so, you know, I'm chilling, sitting down, watching TV, kicking back. And so it keeps the light down, it keeps the sunlight out of the shoes. But like I said, you know, if I'm here working, I got the light on, or I'll turn the light on like that. That way I can see, and that way I can see what's going on and stuff. So, you know, I can open the blinds back to get a little extra light in here, just, you know, while I'm in here doing this right now. I hope this has been informative for you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you again for tuning into the channel. And let me know down in the comments what you think about which ones do you like the best, which ones do you have, what's your opinion, and you know, just give me your feedback and everything. I appreciate all that. I like the dialogue. So just again, do that again. Like I said, you know, this is what I wanted to do, so that's how I rolled with it. But let me know down in the comments what you guys like and what you prefer. Shelves, containers, no containers, boxes, just put them out however you want to do. Again, you know, like I said before, I like the containers because it keeps the dust down for me, because I do have a German Shepherd, the hair and all that kind of things, you know. But for me, if I could put shelves in here and just have them open and I could fit more in there, that would be ideal. But it's not ideal for me right now. So, you know, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And for me, economical wise, it makes more sense than buying the container store ones because you get 6, you can get coupons, you can use it, they go on sale. Sneaker throws a little bit more expensive, but they are a lot more sturdier. They have the UV protection just like these do too with the black, but they are a lot more expensive. You can use discount codes for certain people and get a little bit of money off, but then you got to pay for shipping. And like I said, the price is going up on those, but I do prefer those. If I could get everything in here with those, I put this whole room with nothing but the sneaker throne drop fronts. But for budget wise, container store is the way to go. So again, I appreciate everyone tuning to the channel. Thank you again. Again, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Again, enjoy your day. Remember, you're never too old drip. Stay blessed.